What do you do when you experience a change? How do you handle a change? As a remarkable Christian woman, how do you handle a changing season or a transition in your life? You see, change is a beautiful thing. It is a normal part of life. It is something that we go through as humans, and the earth goes through changes. You see, change is a normal, natural event. It happens. It happens to the earth, it happens to humans, it happens to plants and animals and all of that. We all experience changes. Things change. But you see, you and I must know how to handle change. Change is a beautiful thing. But we want to discuss today, we want to discuss the three things that you must know and you must do when something happens, when there's a change in your life, when there is a transition period. As a remarkable woman, you must do these three things. And so we want to look at this today in today's video, the three things that you must do to be able to handle changes along the way. Hello, my name is Edith from Closet Teaching Ministry. I want to welcome you to the Remarkable Woman channel. This is a platform that we've organized to highlight your inner beauty and to give you the biblical tools that you need to move forward and enjoy the beautiful life that God has given you. And so I want to welcome you to the Remarkable Woman channel. In today's video, we want to talk about change. It's a very important part of life. Things change, people change, situations change, events change. Change is all around us. And we know change is usually seen externally. So when the seasons are changing, when it's moving from summer to winter and all of that, you can see that the leaves on the tree and everything begins to change. You know, the leaves go from green to brown. That tells you that it's not as, the moisture is not as much. So it's getting dry up and all of that. And so we can detect that something is changing because we see it on the outside. Sometimes change takes place and we do not see it. It happens from within. And then it comes out and we see, we see that change in that person, in that child. We see that person growing, and all of that. And so we look at change and we observe change from different angles. We look at it from different ways, and all of that is good. But we want to talk about the things that change in our lives as women, as Christian women. We change, things change. Seasons change. The children grow, and so the seasons change, where you have to take them to school and all of that. They go away to college and, they take themselves to classes and all of that. You change, jobs change, you change your job, profession, and all these things. But how do you handle the changing seasons of life when there is a change that affects you, your life as a woman, as a Christian woman? Because yes, we do go through changes as Christian women. What do you do and how do you do it? So in today's video, I want to give you three things. Three things you must do when you observe and you confirm and you there is a change. You observe something there. There is evidently a change in your life. What do you do? Here are the three things you must do as a Christian woman, as a remarkable, elegant Christian woman. When there is a change and you observe that something has changed, the first thing you do, you must acknowledge the change. Now, this can be difficult sometimes because we want to be in denial. You must acknowledge, number one, as a Christian woman who has experienced a change, you must acknowledge that there is a change. Acknowledge that something has happened here. Yes, you are a Christian woman. Yes, you are a good mother. Yes, you are a good friend. Yes, you are a beautiful, caring daughter. All of those things are true. But you have experienced a change. Something has changed. And so you must acknowledge it. You must acknowledge it. That's the first thing you do when there is a change in your life, when there is a transition. Number one, acknowledge the change. Number two, go to God and pray about it. Talk to Him about it. He already knows everything. But this is something that you must do as a human, as a Christian woman, as a remarkable woman. You want to discuss this thing with God from the beginning to the end. It does something for you. It does something to, for with your to your inside. It does something positive, good for you. Number two, you must go to God. You go to Him first before you go anywhere else. Before you go to any other person, go to Him first. The second thing you do when there is a change in your life, when there is a transition, number two, you go directly to God and you talk to Him about this thing. You pray about it and you listen to what He has to say. You spend time in the scripture because He's going to speak to you, and He speaks primarily through the scripture, the Bible. You want to go to God and talk to Him about this thing. Pour your heart out to God about it. Tell Him about that thing, about that situation, that relationship, that event, that thing that's happening in your life, that area. Talk to Him about it. That's number two. The second thing you do is talk to God about it, about the change. And the third thing, you must be willing to obey and do what God leads you to do. You must be willing to do what He tells you to do. And whatever He tells you to do, whatever you hear, whatever you believe that He has told you to do, it must align with the scripture, with the Bible. If anything contradicts the Bible, that's not God speaking, because He does not contradict His word. And so the third and final thing to do when there is a change, you must be willing to obey God and do what He tells you to do during that transition, during that changing season of life. And when you do these things, you make it easier for you to be able to position yourself to take a step forward. And so let's go over this again. The three things that you must do when there is a change, when you experience a transition, when things change in your life and seasons change and relationships change and career change and all these changes occur. Number one, you want to acknowledge that there is a change. Number two, you want to go directly to God and discuss this thing and listen to what He has to say. And number three, you want to be willing and ready to obey God's command, His instructions as recorded in scripture, and do what He tells you to do. And you can be assured that you will survive and you will be victorious and you will triumph during the different seasons of life. Seasons are a part of life. The Bible tells us in the book of Genesis, in the very beginning, God speaking, He said there will always be seasons. Seed time, harvest, day, night, light and day, summer, winter, all of that will happen. But we can do this, we can handle the seasons of life as we look at God, as we gaze in His face, and as we do these three things. And so go ahead, enjoy your beautiful life, and handle the seasons. Do what you have to do. Do what God has told you to do. And thereafter, you want to take a step forward and enjoy your beautiful life that Jesus Christ died to give you. So once again, I want to say thank you for spending time with me. I want to encourage you, if this is something that you're interested in the content that we're sharing here, please go ahead and subscribe and share the video. And please do not forget to leave a comment. We want to hear from you. Let us know, how you handle the transition, is changing times and all of that. Please leave a comment. We want to hear from you because we're trying to, build a community of remarkable Christian, elegant women. And so please go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe so you can be notified when we upload a new video. So thank you so much for spending time with me. Please take care of yourself. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.